This is Umar for BoxNation in association with Global Next Trade. And from what I'm being told by, and your amateur career would back this up as well, I'm being joined by perhaps one of the most special talents in British boxing, and hopefully for yourself one day in world boxing, Joe Carrigan. Why is there so much hype behind you?
Well, listen, I've proved as an amateur. Like, I boxed all over the world for England and that, and I never ever come back with nothing but a gold medal, to be honest. And, like, most tournaments I went to, I always pick up like the best boxer, you know what I mean? I won best boxer at Haringey, I won best boxer at Brandenburg, you know what I mean? Probably the two best box cups you could go in. Obviously, I've won the World Games, I've been in nationals 9 times, I've won them 9 times, you know what I mean? I've just, everything I've entered in as an amateur, I'm not like being big-headed, I'm not big-headed lad, but I've won, you know what I mean? I've also like won in style, to be honest, you know what I mean? I've always just like clean sweep the scorecards or a late third round stoppage, like something like that, along lines like that.
Look, Frank Warren's worked with the best of the best. Yeah. Nassim Hamid, Tyson Fury, Calzaghe. He won't get excited, you know, for just the sake of it. And I know Frank and Queensberry are extremely buzzing to see how this journey unfolds with you in the professional ranks. So I guess that puts pressure and expectation, but maybe it'll help you rise to that expectation.
Pressure's good. You know what I mean? Good. It's good thing, pressure. Every time I spar at home, I'm putting pressure on myself. You know what I mean? I also want, like, I've seen me go, like, let's say, like, have a little off day and sparring or something, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, John, like, what's going on, you know what I mean? Like what have we done there? Like, I always want, like, something better, so, like, I'll do unbelievable in sparring, I go, John, do you think that was good enough? And John will go, yeah, it was amazing, but I also want, like, to do better, you know what I mean? I also want, like, I've also just wanted to do better at everything I do, you know what I mean? Like, same with training, sprints, and I also just want to be the best I can, really, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's not long to go now till October 4th, your professional debut here in Glasgow. We've seen like the stars before being boxed around the country. Yeah. Take to Glasgow, take to Manchester, London, and just being, you know, spread their name across the country. I mean, that's probably a pivotal thing that you have got to do and capture the UK audience.
Obviously, there's no point having like support at home, is there? You know what I mean? You want the support everywhere, you know what I mean? Hopefully I've got some decent support for my debut in Glasgow, you know what I mean? Obviously, probably will have a decent support back home. Like, I've got a few like all the lads coming, you know what I mean? But you want the support, like, even to get out to America, like New York, you want to like get out everywhere, really, you know what I mean? You want to like, find your name, get out for the world, really.
Is that the ambition one day, America?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, get out as much as I can, like physically get out everywhere.
Yeah, look, we've seen the best of the best. That's something I named before. Nassim Hamid, Fury, Ricky Hatton, go in and get that American audience. I mean, there is nothing like a New York or a Las Vegas.
No, definitely not. Like, that would be the biggest dream come true, wouldn't it? I imagine boxing on a New York platform, everyone being there, probably boxing for a world title, headlining the show. Like, come on, could it get any better?
What separates you from the rest then? Apart from your obvious natural talent, what else is there?
Listen, you've got, like, I've got talent. Yeah, listen, everyone said I've got talent, but you can ask me, coach, I'm always in the gym, like, physically. He'll go, have a rest day. I'll go, like, oh, why? Can I just go for a steady run, or can I just, like, do punch the pads? Just always want to be in the gym, you know what I mean? I've always wanted, since I've ever started boxing, I've always, like, you know, if I see me box on, like, say box today, I'm in the gym tomorrow, you know what I mean? I've also just, like, always just loved the gym, like, it's like home, you know what I mean? It's better to be home. Yeah. So
feels like it's just natural getting in that ring. I mean, I'm sure there will be nerves and pressure, but that's what you want.
Yeah, I was nervous for that there first conference, you know what I mean? I will admit it, but nerves are probably good, to be fair. Like, I've had nerves. Listen, I've boxed on big platforms, like I've boxed in the World Games in America, you know what I mean? Obviously, that biggest thing I've done ever, you know what I mean? With boxing in America, in an American crowd. I had American in my weight, but he got beat before boxing, unfortunately. But I mean, that's probably nervous thing I've done. I've boxed in the Haringey Box Cup. I boxed against a London lad, you know what I mean? The full crowd was shouting for him, and I beat him on a unanimous decision, thank God. So that was good to do that.
I know there's a lot of hard work and a lot of wins to get to this point, but do you believe standing here you can go down as one of the greats from Britain and world boxing?
I'd like to look back at my career and say, like, I've never ever dodged no one. I've boxed everyone and beat everyone, hopefully, but I want to be undisputed and not remembered for 5 years, not remembered for 10 years, remembered forever, you know what I mean? I want to, like, look back, oh yeah, Joe Carrigan did that, you know what I mean? Like, one of them ones.
I guess an obvious answer, but why was Frank Warren, Queensberry the right people to guide you to this path?
Listen, since I've been young, I've always, like, I don't know, just like the way Frank works, you know what I mean? He doesn't rush fighters, you know what I mean? I'm only 18, obviously, listen, I'd rush, you know what I mean? I'd love to box for a world title tomorrow, but it takes your time, makes, like, you know, just the way he talks, you know what I mean? Like, just, oh yeah, we'll have so many fights this time, and, like, we'll get you out here, we'll get you out there, you know what I mean? Umar talks to him. I've talked to Umar about him and that, and like Umar reckons like he's the best. In my eyes, he's the best you can go with. To be honest, that's what I would say. Anyways.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. When you look at the top of the sport, the recent sort of big names, and even if you want to go back further, like who do you look to in terms of people you aspire to? Do you take any inspiration from any fighters?
Listen, I don't. Yeah, I think so. Listen, I like watching boxing. I never ever stop watching boxing. You know what I mean? Like Billy Joe Saunders, like them, no way slick. But I don't really like. I wouldn't say I've got a style to anyone's thing. You know what I mean? I reckon I've just got my own style. Cause
is anyone you particularly like though? It might not be into your style, but as a fighter.
Listen, I like watching like Terence Crawford, like stuff like that. Like, you know, like more of a brainy thing about it. You know what I mean? Like not just like swinging. Obviously, everyone can go have a fight, but there's got to have a little brain about it. You know what I mean? You got to get out of the way of punches. You know what I mean? No point swinging at someone and getting hit back as a hit and not be hit, really, innit?
Of course not. It's not a bad name to look up to Terence Crawford. No. Billy Joe Saunders was a phenomenal boxer.
Yeah, listen, but since like I've got pictures of managers doing a look away like to the crowd and make a miss and that. Like Billy Joe Saunders did. You know what I mean? I've got pictures of that as I did in the match. I've always looked. Listen, he's probably the best lad.
Have you ever met him?
Yeah, I've met him a few times.
Yeah?
To be fair, yeah.
Has he given you any advice?
I wouldn't say advice, but I've talked to him. Obviously, he said like, just keep your head in the game. You know what I mean? You keep in the gym, you'll get there at the end of the day. And it's true. If you keep in the gym, you will get there.
Just before we close off, as you mentioned, Billy Joe, do you think he can make a comeback?
Yeah, no, I'd like to. Listen, I'd like to see him come back, and everything's possible. But just to wait and see 1 week. I reckon he's got. That's getting camp very soon if he wants to make a comeback, though, wouldn't he?
He would, but he's still adamant he could come back and still beat Chris Eubank Jr. Again.
In my eyes, I reckon he'd come back tomorrow and beat Chris Eubank Jr. To be fair, I'm not saying Chris Eubank's not a bad fighter, but Billy Joe Saunders is at next level, isn't he, really, in my eyes.
Listen, John Joe, look, I spoke to you actually, I think it was in Glasgow.
Yeah, I think it was,
at the Josh Taylor show, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to see you back in Glasgow on Fight Week and get behind this man because this journey is going to be very, very exciting. And from what people are saying, you're going right to the top. So get behind him now.
Fireworks, won't we? You know what
John Joe Carrigan, thank you very much for your time. Have a good camp. And we look forward to the professional debut live on DAZN here in Glasgow, Scotland on October 4th. And hopefully be catching up after a good stoppage win.
Definitely. First round stoppage, yeah.
There we go.
See you soon.
Thank you, mate.